Hey, Shalom Israel. It's Nashville, Tennessee. We hosting the Blackout Cookout under Commander Jerry Yohana, man. The ISCPK is inviting Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. July the 2nd through the 5th. You gotta be here. If you're not here, you're not trying to black your city out, because we are. Shalom.
Every time I hear about it, I just think they coming. And then now I feel like they not. I keep on getting mad about that. And I feel like they not even coming. And now we over there saying no on what it.
Oh.
Nobody coming to the cookout.
Why you say that?
Because they probably got work.
Nah, man, don't think like that, man. Look, it's Thursday. Scripture breakdown. John Muhammad coming down here. He gonna be at the school teaching from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then after that, it's game night. Everybody gonna be at the school playing all kind of different games, Uno, PlayStation, Street Fighter, all that, right? Brothers gonna step out after that, but then Friday, we're gonna be feeding people from 10 to 2. We're gonna feed our people at J.C. Napier in university. So we're gonna do a food and clothing drive. After that, family day. On top of during family day also, we're gonna have a sisters tea party. So everybody's coming to that. And at the family day, it's gonna be bowling, movies, it's gonna be a restaurant in there, arcade, and that's just the start. Saturday is the cookout, the blackout cookout. It's at 1 o'clock to 6. Everybody coming down here.
Well, sir, I'm very happy now.
You good?
I'm very happy now.
That's what's up, man. Let's go help our brothers, all right? All right, my man.
Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide. There's a ride on the spaceship.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my access. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
remorse in my blood slip. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Freshly made hoagies, smoothies, and so much more. You're getting a Wawa. Coming soon.
Take a ride, take a ride.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride, I wanna ride, yeah. Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide, there's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride, yeah. Watch me ride in the spaceship. Yeah. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
You peep the ledger, nothing ever fresher. Find me dipping old school, candid paint is pressure. I do it to the letter, little baby sweet as nectar. Where the flavor that's tailor-made from the ancestors. And baby, it's whatever, I'm moving in the stellar. I thank the Lord, cause real niggas, we gon' live forever. I'm on a different level, I mean a different level. It's something special how we slide in the holy vessel. And yeah, it's presidential, no, this is not a rental. We came a long way from broken oats and porcelain. No need for incidentals, the Lord provided simple. So I was told to buy a sword, so I keep a pistol. And you can get your issue. This ain't no tough talk. I make it clear, baby. I walk it how I talk. And yeah, Kwame been the boss as I'm dipped in the sauce while I ride in the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride, yeah. Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide, there's a ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna ride, yeah. Watch me ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide as a glide, as a ride in the space.
Window down, so you know it's me. Knocking pictures off the wall when I swing down on any street. Fifth wheel showing naked ass, chrome gal parked on that wet paint. Boy, that's a super freak. It's the K, I know Poppy can't clock me. Hater blockers on designer label, say Versace. Rolls out of company's name, sons to Miyagi. I be on my player shit, one West, they be hating, yeah. Trying to throw salt in the game, but ain't no sweating it. I be on my grind, if it's mine, yeah, I'm taking it. Vibe so authentic when she with you, yeah, she faking it. I'ma bump her down and move around and make space for it. So boomerang as I slide in, do my thing. Water tie, Saturday, boy, I'm speaking booty tang. Side stepping out, scallywags, cause that cootie tang. Tricks is for kids, in my name ain't David Blaine. I'm a moonwalk like Michael, stop playing shorty, cause these other niggas just your man.
I wanna ride, I wanna rock, yeah. Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide as I ride on the spaceship.
Shorty, I wanna ride. Shorty, I wanna ride.
I wanna rock, yeah. Watch me ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide as I glide as I ride in the spaceship.
Yes. I need to have pulled that out. All right then. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shabbat to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Allah Khan. Bashim Yahweh Shem to the sisters. We're on Ashton case. Starting one way on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jeremy Ahana. Tonight is Friday night Last One Kadash class. And what we're going over tonight is the verb conjugation. All right. Okay, we're going to get right to it now. Of course, if you're going to write verb conjugation, man, that's a song. All right. That's how we got to break it in. Verb conjugation. Now, what a verb conjugation is basically, well, hold on, let me stop song. Man, that can't be fighting. Alright, I'm gonna have to move it as I go. Ain't no problem, it's no sweat. So verb conjugation is really changing the form of a word. Now, when I say change the form of a word, it ain't like, they like, when I say form, we all learned it at school. When I say change the form, it's like making something an action, because that's how the verb is, an action. It's making that action present or past tense or even future tense, right? And that's all it really is. So verb conjugation, in order to conjugate a verb, you gotta be able to work off of something called a subject pronoun. Now over on this list, over there we got subject pronouns. For example, we can start off with the topic that is, let's say, yeah, right? And yeah, this means I. This would be our subject pronoun, right? Okay. So now that we get what I said the pronoun is, we need to figure out the verb that we conjugate. Well, I can go back off something that we all do, right? We work. The Hebrew word for work is I buy. I buy. This means work, right? Now, to really make this really possessive, right? You'll want to make this yeah to make sure that it's being said that if that I'm doing work and that I work, you'll say you'll add a yeah in there. And yeah, I buy. So what happened? Well, just all right. So yeah, I buy. Now, the easiest way for me to remember this when I first started, grab this green. I used to like whatever the subject pronoun is. You know, I look at it. Sometimes you can use this and make it easy. You can use the end of the subject pronoun and be like, and get attached with the verb and be like, then how do I make this something that really makes sense. You get what I'm saying? You would just transfer this over here. That's how I would do it. That's how I used to. They used to tell me my notes about right? And yeah, I buy it. I work, right? Okay. All right. So we just gonna just start with this something like that. I buy it, or work is going to be used a lot, right? So like, one second. Mhm. So, so, right. Let me out here. So, what phone call? All right, man. Uh, I didn't know him. Everybody be kind of doing that class, right? Now, this is so when I okay, really I'm telling you wrong. So don't just put I buy the means I work, right? So if I want to say I would say yeah I buy, but if I want to say I work, make a past tense, that's when you that's the part I forgot to tell you, my bad. That's on me. I was thinking about it. I had a memory job. Checking on my class, that reminded me back when I was a young man. And I like, that's past tense. But yeah, so this is how I'm gonna do it. Cause I already wrote racist, right? Cause I already wrote it like that. And then I'm gonna give the same thing on the line below it. That way I kind of get everybody to have the same in the, you know, present and past tense. So, okay, this is present tense. So for this right here, I'm gonna mark, well, we do it like, I can do it like this. How about this? Right, present tense on top. Uh, if they gonna see, well, if they gonna see them already, that way they don't might get too confused. So I'm gonna write present tense and I'm gonna write past tense, right? That way we can kind of run through this. Now, I buy is just gonna be the main word we use, but it's gonna be used. I will tell you that right now. It's going to be used. So we got present tense. Now, for the past tense, which I already gave it to you, so I ain't even gonna ask you how would I make that make it past tense. But I will give you a rule. That just to keep it constant. Now, the rule for making the past tense, I'm, I got a rule right here for it to rule, and then it's going to be this, and whenever you refer to either, whenever you use I as your subject pronoun, rule is to make it past tense, always add the last tense. Right? Now, that's not gonna be entirely true all the time because you always think what to say, and was we either use the the student identity and being a woman as the pronoun good. And we can use I, you can use him, you can use she, you can use her, you can use he. You get what I'm saying? So there will be time for this change, but for this very turning I work, the I works this will be the rule. That's a why it's supposed to be like this. Like that's how it is. So yeah, I buy you. So of course I already told you how I used to remember, and that's by transferring that over to my verb that I'm conjugating, or the word I'm changing the form to, right? To make it past tense in a reference of me being the subject pronoun or I, right? Okay. Now, of course, I would tell everybody to also write there in Hebrew, because that way you just get a real good representation of what you see in the Torah. All right, so of course, I, nine, like this is a all bad class. Like it, let me step out real quick. All right, class, we back and forth. Let me go ahead and get this camera. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Well, that's one because I probably got the longest headline, right? So it might cover up the bottom of the board. Now, back to what I was doing. Na, and ya. Literally, anya. Right? Now, of course, when you write it out, you're not going to literally just, it ain't going to be like this. At the end of the day, Hebrew is a very tough language. So even though it's in Hebrew like that, it's still going to be written out. So like, well, it's going to be written out like that. All right? It's going to be written out like this. In the Yah, in a lot of cases, well, really, the main case is it can't be seen. Yah is simple itself. All right? So, boom. Yeah, Anya, then I buy, which would be the present tense, this is what we focus on now. We have an I, a ba, and a da. I buy. That would be how you write it. That. And then the present tense. Right up under it, I'm gonna write it in the Syrian as well. And yeah, I buy. I'm gonna write it in the Syrian. And I'm amazing myself. Because like there's three different languages sitting on the board right now. They're being taught by the man that descended from the slave. You get what I'm saying? Something that they try to take away, I'm teaching it in real time in 2026. Think about it. That's why I told the Lord is the truth will never stop. It can't be stopped. It's just gonna keep growing. All right. I'll be having moments like that. I'll be in awe. But that but that's shout out to the commander in the Honda and the men that came before him. You know what I'm saying? And the men that came after him as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for them, I was I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can't even say that because the Lord knows exactly what He's gonna do before you know what He's gonna do. Lord really know a lot of it is already bound. We was all gonna be set course into the prison. Say you're born in, you're gonna be in the prison someday. You knew this. So, so I can't really just say that, but at the end of the day, you still gotta just pay the bill. You know what I'm saying? Because the men of the Lord put that hard work in to where we was able to find the truth. I was able to find it, you was able to find it, and then we're gonna be able to give reason other people are able to find it. Because we're doing the work of the Lord, right? You just by you sitting in class, you learning, taking these notes, you're doing the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And so when you listen and you taking it in and you're applying it to life, because it's the ass you became the feed you have to practice. You get what I'm saying? It is by school universal and practical knowledge. But it's practical the root word of practical is practice. And what it like to put something in practice is really like put it in the physical form. You get what I'm saying? So we read the scripture, we learn, then we apply it in real life. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, you're practicing how to be a man of the Lord. You're practicing the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful thing. But anyway, don't let me get too sidetracked, man. I'll be getting it out too quick, man. All right, so of course I'm writing he was right here. So it's a small over here, but it's all right, man. It's all right. So we got yeah, right, and then I bought you, right. So of course that we spelled the exact same way. The only thing that could be different is you add a yod in. So I, ba, da, and ya will be connected. No. So like I had a brain part. The ba and da actually will be connected. Like it was the first. I'm still the other hand, brain part. It's normal. You didn't understand you say you just like Lord allow you actually able to, teach your life on the dot at some point in time and something you really want to do once you become life on the dot teacher, you're gonna realize you have a lot of brain parts, all right? So too much knowledge means your brain gonna pass gas every now and so often, all right? That's what that means. That's a glorious thing, all right? I'd rather have brain parts teaching the truth than have a brain part sitting rotting away over a crime I didn't commit. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to be out here and do for the Lord and make sure I'm able to reach those brothers and make sure we're able to figure out a way to get those brothers out here doing that time out and into this too. You know what I'm saying? It's a glorious thing. Like, hold All right, class. So like it. Apparently, I had the mic too far from me. But just to reiterate on what we started off on, and like at the beginning of the class is verb conjugation. We all understand that conjugation is changing the form of a word to make it present, past, or just future tense. Right now, we're focused on present and past tense. So far, what we got up here right now, we have an ya I buy. That is the present tense of saying I work. All right. There is no automatic gender role assuming the word I. All right. So it's both masculine and feminine. Okay. Then once you drop down, you will learn to make it past tense. Now you got an ya I buy you. The rule is you add ya at the end when referring to I or yourself doing anything. Your verb is I buy. To make this future tense, past tense, you have to add ya at the end when referring to yourself because that is the rule of thumb. You cannot conjugate or change the form of any word unless you are able to utilize your subject pronoun. All right. Well, I kind of ran through that a little quick. Well, just go back and watch the class. You know what I'm saying? Go back and tune in and get the beginning of the class, right? More preferably the part before my sound start going out. All right. So what we're doing now, we're writing the Hebrew words. Well, now we're writing the Syrian, right? That way we all know how to look at it and had those distinctions when we're reading the Torah. Now the Torah is something that we read every Sabbath service, and in a lot of cases it's supposed to be no Syrian because we do have brothers that will take some pure Syrian. They're not using the English keyboard at all. I even got a Siri setting on my phone. I'll show you after this. All right, but that's something you gotta get used to right there. But then, like, as far as the Torah rise, the reason why I bring up the Torah, the first 5 books, is because every Sabbath service we read the Torah, and when we read the Torah, it's like actual Lashon Kodash. You're gonna see these very characters right here. You're gonna see these characters, and they're not gonna have connectors with them. But we use connectors as I hate to say this, but training wheels. We use that as training wheels because we coming out of the habit of using English so much, and we're bringing ourselves into learning a whole nother language. But it's not just any language; it's the language that belongs to you and your forefathers. All right? Mhm. Now that was just reiteration for the people tuning in online. And we got young men in here. We got young man Omar here, and the brother is being very consistent. He's in here. You know what I'm saying? And, if you ain't able to get in here, just tune in online. If you're able to get in here, get here. You know what I'm saying? Look, we're not hard to find. 1811 at DB Top Boulevard, right there in the same parking lot as the Wild Z. Now that Wild Z be jumping, so you know a lot of y'all people done came across this class, and y'all have means to get here. Do not let something in y'all head telling you to not come here. All right, that's a demon. So now that we got that established, you know what I'm saying? You already ready for the next one? Okay. All right. So the next one will be we're gonna use heat. All right, we're gonna use heat. So we're gonna keep work up there. We're gonna erase this. We're gonna erase this. All right. Now he, as you see over there, is how I. How I. Matter of fact, let's do she. Nah, we're gonna find how I. How I. All right. How I means he. Teamwork. So I like the chip bunch up with this one just to see how they're gonna react. Okay, if I erase this right here, and I want to make this past tense with my subject pronoun being, how will I? How would I get that done? Just be past tense. Maybe say he works. Right. Exactly. Alright, so I can conclude. Go ahead. Will be our ibadah. And matter of fact, let me erase this rule so you don't get confused. Okay, why wouldn't it be that? Because the subject pronoun is changed. The only way to conjugate a verb to change the form of a word, it has to go strictly based off what the subject pronoun is. So he. So if I want to say he worked, what would I do? Our, our, how will I? I buy what? So you want to use just adjective. Okay, let me kind of make it easier for you because we're gonna come back to how I. Let me do it like this. 'Cause this kind of usually help people out a lot. It helped me out a lot too. We're gonna come back to he, right? Let's say you work. What's the Hebrew word for you? Do you remember that? Ata. Ata. Right. All right. So we understand that this is you work. You can take note down on this too as well. All right. So if I wanted to, if I wanted to say you worked, make a past tense. So like, how would I do that? Who was it checking in? Oh, no, I got you checking in. Y'all smart out like me outside. Got you checking in. All right. So how would I make this happen? Man, that's hard if you don't understand. If you just can't get it, that's when I help you out. I don't know. All right. All right. So first, it's like you. Now there's gonna be another rule right here. The rules, you know what I'm saying, usually change, but it also help you get an idea of what to use. You know what I'm saying? So for this one, for tha, I buy. You were right. I buy tha. You'll take that from over there. You'll place tha right here. So to say you work, you would say tha I buy. Now, a lot of cases, just because you see an H right here, you really wouldn't need to put that, but it would be times where you would. Now, that right there, you write it down, but I'm gonna show you why I see it. Because instead of doing he work, we're gonna do she. We're gonna do she. And this is where it's gonna help you understand he. Because sometimes it's the same, but in a lot of cases it's not. When I say sometimes, it's literally probably like 2 or 3%. It's like that's a very, very slim chance it's gonna even come out like that because it's a very strict language. All right. So course, we all understand how like the God in Hebrew, right? And then of course in the Syrian. Man, that was a horrible. That was a horrible start of an island bed. It's crazy. I can't believe I just did this. All right, there we go. Now it works somewhere. All right. And then of course, look for the thigh. Dang, yes. Man, everybody got that got I'm telling you, everybody got accent on it. So you would know that my thigh usually be different, but you can tell it's a thigh. All right, and the Syrian, that's a different. All right, and then of course, same thing for right here. Here's the chance for this right here. You know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, this gotta get changed actually. All right, but really, it will make more sense if because now that I think about it, there's no real legit way for thought to elongate itself in many cases. That's interesting. That's a question that I just developed myself because to me, it would make sense if I add that at the end to be able to elongate the thought because if I don't elongate the thought, then it will turn into I would have to change it to Iba Ibada, and that wouldn't even make sense, not even in the slightest. All right, so we're gonna do it that way until it's all other way. All right, I'm gonna get answer on this, but I believe that's gonna be where that direction. Well, it's gonna head now that direction. I mean, is what I meant to say. All right. So right now we're gonna put for rule, and we're gonna do an asterisk for temporary. I'm gonna ask that, and in the event that it is that, we're gonna keep it. But in the event that it's not, I'm gonna go back over it in my next class, and we're gonna correct from there. But you, so I can physically get to you, we can change that in real time. All right. All right. So for this rule, we're gonna add at the end. Right? To make it past tense. Well, I'm sure it's literally this, but you already know the famous saying, be sure, make sure. Right now, like I said, asterisk. Anytime you see me put an asterisk in my class, that's temporary. That's a temporary note. You put it in there. Now, if it's proven to be right, boom, that's all right. But if it's proven to be wrong, I wouldn't just entirely say wrong. The only thing that would be just off would be whether or not this H signifies they would need to add a Howard writing in Hebrew. That's really what that boils down to. But we all get that this the whole mechanism of the entire thing is correct. You get what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So right now, put that. If I get other word, get other any other word on it. Then, like I said, the next week, because this does say part one, so part two, we go back before we even get to possessive adjectives. We're going to, you know what I'm saying, just get all of this sought out when it comes to the dot. All right. Now, the reason I even brought you into the equation is because it's important for us to really get into the habit of learning the rules of thumb and how to really utilize our subject pronouns, right? All right. So, with that being said, we're gonna keep work. We're gonna keep working. All right. Well, no, I just answered my own question. So no, as a matter of fact, that actually would be by itself. I just thought about that because what I'm gonna give you next, well, after I give you C, as I give you she, it's gonna be like a certain word that I give you, and it's basically like something that you could just like, oh, okay, I see why he would. So that's once again brain fart. It don't happen too often, but it's gonna happen. All right. So for the present tense, the next of the pronoun will literally be she, right? So we're gonna drop she down, but I don't know why I wrote it up there. That's what I like this. She is it sounds similar to he, right? Our eyes is he, how your eye is she. She worked. Now, when you put she down here again, for how your eye, this high sound at the end for this specific word is very important. You get what I'm saying? Because this would literally have to be elongated. But at the same time, when you transfer this over, you really just it's like a silent on right green for silent. Because you would transfer hot over to say she worked to make it present tense. I mean not present but past tense. So it literally should be haya I bought, right? Mhm. So right now, of course I owe you the Hebrew clearly. It goes without saying. Now in this case, high would be completely separate because high actually can elongate itself. All right. Mm. I'm pretty sure you done heard that before. No. They're just rule of thumb is really what it always boils down to. So of course it says how you are. She worked. So of course in Hebrew that be written out like such. Ah, yeah, ah. That's the one. Yeah. That's what I want to. Hey, hey, I'm telling you. 'Cause look, there's no way you connect all this. Look, let me show you a trick. This also helps you too when you read. When you translate, when you move from English to the Hebrew, you will need a ha to write it out. You will need a ya, and you will need a ah. It's literally already broken up in English. Mhm. So when you go back and write it, You wrote you writing this, but just in the last one could die. Now I'm gonna erase that invisible A. That way nobody gets confused on that part. But yeah, that's usually what I do every single time. But to give you another example, I and then this is a bot, right? And of course the die, it's a invisible, and we're gonna put a visible A. But since it ain't all separate like this, but it's still bot right here. So let's underline that. If you can't underline, I mean you can't underline it because this is like what I do in my head. I read the Hebrew word in English. I underline the exact sounds it makes because it's very specific language. Now, if I can underline it, then it's by itself. If I can't underline the very next word following this, it's automatically connected. But usually I like to leave it like that. Now usually will connect with and this another thing. I say it helps. I use the action, right? But if it's a sound that makes it like this, you can sound it out like ha, yeah, ah, and you can underline them. Okay, when you write it, you should already automatically know the second you're writing it down that it's all separate. Like the connector will be the one that's by itself. The only time it needs to be connected together, you reading it in English and you need to write it in Hebrew, that has its own sound, I. Ba has its own sound, ba. But I'm like, we don't have a D, but we understand that this is supposed to be a dot. So when you write it out, you remember it's a silent A, but since it's not right there, the word that you underline before that should be connected to that when you write it. Every time you get I buy from reading, go ahead.
So essentially, what you're saying is, with the phonetic sounds, where you just what you're saying is that you underline the syllables, right?
Exactly. That's usually how I this yeah, that's why you put any Hebrew word in front of me, I'm already gonna know how to write it in the Lashon Kodash. Even if I never seen the word. Just put the word in front of me and I will literally break it up like this. So, but that just me giving you like a way of just kind of remembering how to move it over. And it also actually answers your question on this too. So that's how that works. All right. They out here gang banging. They need to be gang banging this Bible. You know what I'm saying? That was an intrusive thought. I've been wanting to say that until I came into the truth. You know what I'm saying? That was very intrusive. All right. I'm gonna be honest. That was highly intrusive. All right. So of course, same thing for right here. And my goal is to make Lashma Kadashi easy for our people to learn. When people complicate it, that's when it gets complicated. Now, if you make it as simple as reading something and you just underline, like I went over the alphabet class, they all make their own distinct sounds. So you know what sound everyone make, you should be able to know underline this, underline that, underline that. Oh, I can't underline the next word following this. I mean the next letter following this, so that means these two are connected. Boom, automatic. The only time it's not like that, it would literally be like situations like this right here. I, ba, and then ha. No, the high is there, but I buy is the same thing as up here. Right down here, the only thing you add on to is the high. High actually elongates itself. So there'll be certain cases where that right there will actually happen. So in the event of that, just remember asterisk, underline asterisk, and then boom. But in there, I, okay, how can I be explain this right? Say nothing. I'm gonna have to go through a whole rigmarole just to make sure this right here is understood. All right. I understand I talk pretty funny, so pretty much try to break it down. It might sound a little odd. All right. So high, anytime a lot of cases where you see high, it's either to elongate something, but if this is already connected, because you really essentially would want to connect this to the last underline. So if you connect this to the last underline, that makes up that word already. The second, because there ain't no way to really, it's rare where you have to connect something like more than that. Like Benjamin, like the Benjamin, that's a weird case. You get what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be often. It ain't too rare, but it's not going to be too often. So you should always go into this. I, I hate to say the word, but you always have to go into this assuming that this right here is not applicable because if that's what people do. If then it's gonna make a false word. But if you remember to connect the root, like you remember the root word, which is like God, you know the sound I by the D can't be left alone. It can't be left alone at all because it's a dot. So how you turn it from D to dot? You connect that to by. All right, because don't forget this right here is literally just the subject pronoun changing I by to make sure this right here, this very word, this word right here is the reason this is getting changed. All right, does that make sense? Are you sure? Any gray areas down? Go ahead, go for it.
So essentially what you're saying is not to assume that the da at the end of ibad is connected, right? But well, the only time that it doesn't make the da sound in this case is when it's connected to the va,
Right,
which is when that a sound goes away and it's instead followed by a ha, right?
right. So that way you get how you I bottom. How you I bottom. Right. So that's where we get that from. All right. I know it be like crazy to hear sometimes, but at the same time, once you like simple, and that's why my goal is to simplify the Lashwan and Kadash as much as possible. Because once you simplify it, you can't go wrong. It makes it easier for you to take in information. All right. Then we have the Hebrew word for next we have the Hebrew word for to make.
So
Go ahead.
before we do that, can we do the version for heat?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm glad you reminded me. See? What a book's for, man. All right. That just to cut time and get just cut short down on time. This one that definitely gonna be cut short. I really went through that so you could kind of understand the he part a little better. So of course it'll be how I right. For he word. You get how I bought, right? You get he word. Right. So of course when you just say he word without using a possessive adjective, because it's saying this is mine. And if I would, like, you know what I'm saying? You would literally, how would it's literally flipped. But I had to go over the high part with you. That way you like you could just get that part down. But then once you realize, and you're gonna learn this real quick. The Hebrew language is very strict. You're gonna have something that's strictly feminine, and you're gonna have something that's strictly masculine. This is one of those cases. It should never be the same. So if both of them was I bad ha, how we gonna know if this if you're saying he or she worked? Yeah. I know it's crazy, ain't it? You gotta work with me. You gotta work with me. I'm telling you, this, when I teach, it's like method to the man with my brother. It's always method to the man, and I enjoy it. I take pride in being slightly mad. All right. I said hi now. That's crazy. Something good. Here we go. All right. Same thing down here. Obviously, our eye. All right. Now wait. And there'll be some little cases where I actually could elongate itself too, but that ain't gonna be too often. So that's something not to like not get used to. All right. No, I feel got five. Right. Now, of course, this is really correct at the same thing with how we did C. They all literally have a separate sound already right there. And another thing is how we have prayers, that's the Hebrew, but it's written in English characters. That's how we know what we're saying. Because all of that is that a very distinct sound. If that sound disappears on one of the words, then it's clearly that's connected to something, right? Like, but then like, the people be wondering like they see two A's, like in the English, and where we get our I from, because these are all separate characters. So even though it's in English, we're looking at it like that. You get what I'm saying? We're not just because it's written in English don't mean we reading it in English. It just English character, but we're reading it in Hebrew. Like for me, when I see this, that pops up in my head, literally. Like, and I ain't even talking about like on the movie stuff, like literally. The Hebrew just popped right up and replaced the English character. You get what I'm saying? It's a good thing, and a very good exercise to also help with last one for Dash is the Blue Letter Bible. Of course, you gotta make sure you keep your Syrian notes on hand. But in the event that you don't, if you have the Torah on your phone, try reading it on your own time. Just do it, just to see what you're doing down there. You'll be surprised at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even if you gotta write a verse or two down on paper, figure out where those connections are. You know what I'm saying? It works. It works. All right. Well, right. So now that we got I, you, he, she, right? We're gonna do one more before we get up out of here. All right. Mhm. So let's see over here. It's we. We're gonna say we work. Now, This is gonna trip. This usually trip a lot of people out because the word for we, you would think it's just so short. No, it's a very long word. All right. So this big word right here is we. All right. And you can see it right there from previous teachers that wrote it down. All right. Literally just sitting right there. I can't make it up. So, and then you can go back in the Blue Letter Bible and try to prove me wrong. You're gonna find this exact word, and it's gonna be written in a series for all those fact checkers out there that we try to, you know, tune in and try to see what they can say is wrong or what they can try to steal from which at the end of the day, whatever you steal from the UBK ain't doing nothing but just letting what the UBK teach get out there further. So that ain't an issue. But to all you naysayers out there try to deny that these facts ain't and try to deny the fact that these facts are facts, you're gonna look slow because actual scholars went back to try to actually do that already. Actual scholars, whole colleges, like universities, just to find out that everything we've been teaching in the UPK is 100% correct. All right, I'm just saying. It go without saying. I'll take pride in that, knowing that can't nobody actually just come and muddy this. All right. Mm-hmm. So for this one, this this probably gonna be the easiest one for me. Cause the rule for this is add the y at the end. So of course, if I want to say we worked and I want to make that past tense, I will add more. So it should be a nachnur, I bought. That's literally the easiest one. Mm. Because and like I said, it's rare where you can't do it. It's rare where you can't do this, but in a lot of cases, you should be able to do this for your rule of thumb with such a pronoun. You should be able to take the end, you separate the end from the root, which this is all one word, but let's just say that this is the end, this the root. Yeah, exactly. In a lot of cases, you should be able to do it, but it's not gonna happen every single time. You also have to make peace with that. You're gonna have to. All right. So of course, to write that in the Hebrew and in the Hebrew, it's something that's always owed to my class. All right. So let me kind of slide the stool. So and then I'm gonna use the method right here. As a teaching opportunity where people understand what I'm saying. All right. So this right here will be connected. So now this right here, they don't got this whole character out. It's gonna connect to the previous one, the one that comes. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we're gonna connect to it. You get what I'm saying? This right here is literally I now, but this right here you can't underline it because why? It's sound is not English language. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to use syllables. Would that help you remember? I guess. But you know what I'm saying? I did usually like to just say sound. I like to make it as simple as possible. All right. But this whole sound isn't wrote out. So in that case, asterisk, and the asterisk usually means it's connected.
I see why you don't want to say syllable because that is it's a sound. There's no
Exactly.
A at the end of this.
Exactly. Right.
See, I got you.
And then boom.
Okay.
So I will literally write it down like that. See, as a matter of fact, I can do it like this too, but that's my own unique way of doing it. But anytime you don't have that right here, you know, well, you're not. No, I'm gonna keep it like this. And because anytime you don't have like this come first, This come this come first, this come second, this come third. Now you will always want to connect. It don't matter if it's first, second. If one of these characters, if you know the sound of it from watching the alphabet class or just knowing the alphabet, right? And you know the sound of all of them. If this isn't written out in the English characters, just always remember to connect what isn't said out all the way to the sound before. Okay. And then in English, if we use connected, it will look like this. It will literally look the same way we use connectors in the Hebrew. So that's also another easy way to remember too. Because we already understand that ha ain't. You know what I'm saying? We already know why this right here is even right there in the first place. You get what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure I can get that understood. So I would look over there and come back over here. I, nah, the equivalent of right there. But it gotta be connected once I'm done writing it all the way out. So we understand why it's right there. Nah, you know what? So it's separate, like over there. It's right here connected. And then like over there. This is separate. This is separate. Just like over there. That's how I make something so complicated so easy. Well, it looks so easy. But it is easy. Just a lot more that's not hard. It is very easy. Why? Because you got a lot of people teaching a lot more about in ways. When I say that, you'll be surprised at how many fake groups come and watch our class, learn the truth, but since they got so much pride and don't want to join the UPK, they go back and say what we teach, which is the truth, which is the legit 100% lost market dollars. They will add their own spin onto it to make it different, where they go lie to people and say that they have when it could just be, and that's why people hear their class a lot of times before they hear ours, and then when we saying it's literally this simple, they're like overcomplicating it, and you're like, okay, we're at the conundrum here because the Lord ain't all the future. Not even in the last one now. All right. So you always be very mindful of that. So I need the 100 and come learn. That's how I'm going through. Going through the narrow path. Stop trying to design your own. The reality is, but there's gonna come a time they're gonna be here soon. Trust me. World War III pop out. They're going on around us. It's just a matter of time for it to hit American soil. And from there, everybody will know it. Really, if the Civil War pops out today, that's really gonna wake them up quicker than anything. I'll tell you that right now. They're like, they really not good. I'm like, if those dudes ever stand play on the corner, that didn't mean it was gonna happen. And they always do. That's going to happen. Believe it or not, it's going to happen. I believe it. 1,000%. Part of the reason why I'm different. Not the whole reason. So I don't even know big bro what I need the truth to be the truth. You know? So naturally our people are spiritual, you know what I'm saying? We're very spiritual, cultural culture. The only thing is we don't know why we're spiritual and we don't know what culture is appropriate unto us. That's the problem in a lot of cases. And that's why something as simple as this could be overcomplicated by people who don't really have the truth. You know what I'm saying? The only way to have truth will have to come to the ICK. You know what I'm saying? Simple black folks teach, but they the same knowledge that we cut other people on, they have that knowledge because we teach them. They not anything. The first thing is they can't teach, but they literally know more. You know, they is like group Christians, so on and so forth. So same way we hold to high standard they are too. All right. And you owe your real the truth. All right. Anytime she have a question, I always be willing to ask. You owe your sister the truth. Anytime she has a question, just answer it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. The goal is be able to answer everybody's question and be able to answer truthfully. That's the name of it. Well, I ain't gonna say the game, but this ain't no game. This is life, all right. But we're gonna end it on that. And with that, we got Ashley K. on 1-1-50, home in New York, on the command of Ghana. That'll be my time.
Hey, Shalom Israel. It's Nashville, Tennessee. We hosting the Blackout Cookout under Command of General Yohana, man. The ISCPK is inviting Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. July the 2nd through the 5th. You gotta be here. If you're not here, you're not trying to black this city out, because we are. Shalom.
Every time I hear about it, I just think they coming. And then now I feel like they not. I keep on getting mad about that. And I feel like they not even coming. And now we over there setting up on what it
Oh,
nobody coming to the cookout.
why you say that?
Because they talking about work.
Nah, man, don't think like that, man. Look, it's Thursday, scripture breakdown. You know, my Hyman coming down here. He gonna be at the school teaching from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then after that, it's game night. Everybody gonna be at the school playing all kind of different games, Uno, PlayStation, Street Fighter, all that, right? Brother's gonna step out after that, but then Friday, we're gonna be feeding people from 10 to 2. We're gonna feed our people at J.C. Napier in university. So we're gonna do a food and clothing drive. After that, family day. On top of during family day also, we're gonna have a sister's tea party. So everybody's coming to that. And at the family day, it's gonna be bowling, movies, it's gonna be a restaurant in there, arcade, and that's just the starter. Saturday is the cookout, the blackout cookout. It's at 1 o'clock to 6. Everybody coming down here.
Yes, sir. I'm very happy now.
You good?
I'm very happy now.
That's what's up, man. Let's go help our brothers, all right?
All right, come on.
All right, my man.
Take a ride in the spaceship. Watch me slide in the glide as I ride on the spaceship.